So firstly, on the left side, you can write line numbers. So I think in the software which we opened, we already have line number 1, 2, 3. We used to write 10, 20, 30 so that we can insert. Okay. And this is basically an interpreter. Interpreter means it reads the first line, then the second line, then the next line, and whatever is asked, it will do accordingly, line wise. Okay. What's a compiler? Compiler is it will take the whole code together and it will process it. Okay, so you don't have to get into that. We don't have to worry about that because basically we are not learning a language over here. We are using the computer to do some automated process so that we can use it in our learning of what we were learning, calculus, right? So some of the stuff like for differentiation, we did that stuff, no, x plus delta x minus fx divided by delta x, right? Limit delta x tends to 0. If we have a comp, we can do the same process by putting a delta x value as very, very low value. But generally these online compilers, they won't be able to take a very low value. Okay, so this one we are not doing through computer. Okay. The next what we are going to do is we'll do through computer. But for that, you should have some basic knowledge of the how to write a small code. So we will have some graphic outputting like say star, 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 star. Okay, something like this. If you are able to produce all this, that means you have a basic knowledge of how to code. Okay, get the point? And that is what is required for my stuff what I want to do. So today I will just try to do as much as possible of the coding thing. And those who think that no, I don't like to code this and that, it is nothing about coding. It is about understanding a certain process of calculus. Are you understanding? Like last year, one girl was there. She was like, I mean, she used to say that I hate coding and hence I have not taken it. And when she did this, she actually liked it. Okay. And she thought like she should rather pick up the computers again. Anyways, so some simple stuff. What? Okay. Your voice is breaking. It might be a problem at your end. If it is a problem at my end, others will also speak up. Okay. Hmm? Okay. Let's get started. Okay. Now, suppose this is the output window. Okay, this is the window where the output comes, where you can see, okay, the terminal where you can see what is the, so they call it the console. Now, if I say simple stuff, if I say print X, what is the output expected? It will print X. Okay, simple, right? If I say in basic print X, what is the output expected? It will print 0. It will print 0 because it is a old language. It assumes that X is having a value of 0. Actually, the new language may print an error also. Either 0 or an error will come. What is the error? No value of X is assigned. Okay. So if I have to define something, I'll just do away with the line numbers. So because line numbers will come printed anyhow. If I say X is equal to 10 and then I say print X, what will it do? It will print 10, right? If I say uh, X is equal to 20 now and print X again, it will print 20. The new value will come, right? If I say Y is equal to 5, Z is equal to X plus Y, print Z, what will it do? It will print 20, what? Who said 25, man? No, it is like this, exactly like this. Hmm? Print X, it is 15, right? Suppose I want output to look like this, that X plus Y is equal to 15. What should I write in the print? So what I want as if I put like this, x plus y is equal to, then it is going to print so much as it is, and the value 15, then I'll have to put a comma depending on the compiler, sometimes a semicolon. Okay, this one I guess will take a comma z. Z is x plus y, right? If there was no z defined, you could write a x plus y fully over here and it will give the output 15. Get the point? But since z is defined, easy for us, we'll write z. This will be the output. Any doubt over here, please ask me. If I write this, let me write it. If I write this, print x plus y comma z, what do you think is the output? What? It will print 15, 15, right? Any doubt? So that is how it is. Okay. Is that clear? Because this is 15, this is also 15. When you have to actually print something as it is, you have to put it in the codes, right? So that's a variable which holds value, and prints those values. If you have to print a stuff directly, then it is in the codes. Okay. So this is about printing. One more thing about printing, let me just tell you. Suppose I write print A. Okay. Do some programming and then write print B. What will be the output? A and B. But suppose I wanted A and then B one beside the other, but I can't write the two print lines together. Okay. I'm not writing AB over here because I did a bit of programming and then I got my B, and then I have to print. How to get this? No, I can't write over there. I have to write print B separately. What I do is I put a comma and leave it. Okay. I write print A and put a comma and leave it. Then what happens? Next time when whatever is printed will be printed beside this. Is it clear? It will be printed beside this. It will come like this. This is the program code. So type it in there, or wait, don't type it. I'll just show you for now. I'll ask you to do it. Okay. Say print, what did I say? A, right? And put a comma. And then print B. Okay. Execute. What do you think will come in the execution? Execution window is here. What do you think it will come? First hello world, then the line will change. Why the line will change? Because there is no comma over here. The line will change. Then A and then B beside the A, right? So you got this, right? Ayyo appa. Okay, we got this, right? Okay, there's too much of gap coming, so I think this software takes a semicolon. I don't know. Let me just try with a semicolon. Yeah, A, B together, right? Can you see the output? Okay, with a comma it was giving a tab with a big gap equivalent to I guess a tab, and then with this it is a uh, semicolon. Okay, where it is together. I hope you understood. If I put a semicolon over here, what will happen? Yeah, it came like this, right? Everybody is understanding this part? Hmm? Pretty easy. Okay, so let us get on to the other stuff. Everybody, please understand everything very, very properly. Now note down, this is the important one. Okay, before the for next loop, one more other thing. Simple only. If I said x is equal to 10, right? And then I said z is equal to x plus 5. What is z? What is the value of z? Okay, let me just, this is say the back end of the, this is the memory of the computer. Okay. So this is the comp, what is thinking? Comp is thinking z is equal to 15, right? Hmm? If I write something like, x is equal to x plus 5 or x plus say 2, what does it mean? Yeah, this side of equal to, it is not like math. Okay, this side of equal to has to have some previous values and this side of equal to gets assigned. Okay, so it is not like this x was 10, this x is 10. Are you understanding? So the new x, this is the new value. Okay, and this takes the existing value. Is that clear? So this becomes 10 plus 2 and the new x becomes what? Sorry, 12. Is that clear? Is that clear? Any doubt? Ask me right now. Any doubt over here? Okay. So quickly tell me what is going to happen if I write this. After all these steps, what will be the final value of x? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What will be the final value of x in the computer's head after this line? Put it in the chat. X becomes a 12 and then x into 2, x becomes 24. 24 minus 5, it becomes 19. So it is 19. Are you getting the point how these things work, right? Hmm? So in modern languages, they have a shortcut of writing x is equal to x plus 1 as x plus plus, okay, or plus equal to 1. So therefore the name came C plus plus, okay, because it was 1 better than C and this kind of shortcut was there, okay. It was a C is equal to C plus 1. Anyways, so you got this, right? You got this, right? Okay, for next loop. Now very important tool is looping. Why? Because it can just keep on running for a long time for, I mean, if you have to run a code of which requires 100 lines, suppose you have to print A 100 times, then you would rather write a loop, right? Instead of writing print A 100 times. Will you do that? No, that no use of the program, right? So we'll use something called a loop. So there are many kinds of loop. Do while loop, okay. But I'm sticking to for next loop or a for loop. So in the C and all there is no next word, it's just for. So I'll just tell you the format of the for. What is it? For a variable, say I or x is equal to 1 to suppose 10. And then next, if there's many multiple fors, we'll have to ensure that it is the correct next for the correct for. So next x, okay. What do you think will happen over here? Yeah. Okay. No speaking. Yeah. 1 second. So here x will be 1 first. Okay. So when it is running for the first time, x is 1. It comes over here. Here it checks that has x exceeded the maximum value? No, x is 1. It will check with this value. It has not exceeded. It will go back. it will go back, it will increment itself. Okay, so in modern languages they write it has to increment by which function. It can actually increment by 1, it can have some multiplication going, all kinds of things we can write, but in this simple one in the basic we can't have that. We have something called a step, but I'm not writing that also, because without that it is going to increment by 1, increment by 1, increase by 1. Is that clear? So x becomes 2 the next time, right? When it is in here. And then again it checks. Has it exceeded 10? No. Again it goes back. Becomes 3, becomes 4, and ultimately will become 10. Right? And when it sees that, oh, it has become 10, it gets incremented over here. And see that, okay, it is going to breach 10, it will come out. Is that clear? So in the modern languages, depending on what language you are writing, this end point, where it comes out, one before it or at it or one after it, depends on the logic of that program, but we are not going into a specific program, okay? I'm just showing you this particular language. So we'll just run it. So what should we write over here to see that what x is becoming? What should we write? Yeah. If I write print a, what is going to happen? It, why 0, man? It will print a, no? It will print a so many times, but I don't want to see that. I'll not like to count the a's. I will rather write print x, right? Hmm? Yeah, if you put a double quotes, then it will print whatever is inside the double quotes. Okay. So we'll go back to this and we'll just write that, right? You don't have to write it because this is all very cheap stuff and don't have to bother. If you want, you can just have a go at it. X is equal to 1 to 1 to 10, print x, and next you may write x, you may not write x, I'll just write x, okay? And execute it. What do I get? Let me see. I get 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is running from the first number till the last number with an increment of 1, right? Suppose I did not want an increment of 1. I wanted an increment of say 0.5. Then I'll write step 0.5. What do you think will happen? Everybody is looking at the screen. Yeah, so it becomes what? 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, right? Right? Let us put a number which is not going to end in 10. Okay. So let us put a point 0.3 or something. And let's see which one is the last it produces. Get the point? Execute. So 9.7, right? Oh, it would have given a 10, huh? Anyways, so why it didn't give a 10? So I think it is up to the, uh, let me just check with this. Okay, the logic of that is with respect to the compiler, okay? In modern languages, we specify very properly that it is less than equal to that or not, okay? 9.8 and then next would be one higher. I think in the backend itself, when it is compiling, it is putting some floating decimals to it, and it may be a kind of glitch in what produced. Okay, this online compiler is not like a very solid compiler. Okay, offline compilers are more accurate. Okay, so anyways, you got the point or not? It will not breach the last one, right? Till the last one it will produce. Okay, and it should produce. I'll just put a 1 second. 1 second. 0.25, and you see that it is going to produce. See, it will produce a 10, right? Is that clear? Is it clear? Hmm? Okay. Point 3, does it end in 10? 1 second. Let me just see. Yeah, that is quite 9. 1 second. 3.1, 3 point. I just wonder. 1 second. Mm, nice. I think little glitch in this. Okay, it is exactly 10, no? That thing? No, 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 no. It was, dude. It was there, no, for all of it. Anyways, okay. I tried 10.0 no before that and it did not come. Anyways, it's a issue over there. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, we don't have to worry about it because our programming will not deal with this. Everybody understood what is the step, right? Hmm? Shall I give you a very cheap program to just write for now? Hmm? Knowing what all you have done, you can write this and see what is happening. Okay. No, no, that's okay. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying that you can write this, everybody can write and see the output. Okay. Simply write a table of say 13 for me. Write a table of 13. 13 into 1 is equal to 13. 13 into 2 is equal to so much. Do that for me fast. Till 13 into 10. Write a table for 13. And it should in the output it should say 13 into 1 is equal to and whatever it is. Okay. Do it fast. Now I am. So I was just saying that I'm storing the value of 13 into whatever it is, x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 in this. Okay, when x is 1, it is 13 into 1. It is getting stored in the prod and then it is getting rubbed off also in the next loop. I have to print it in this way. This is the prod, the product, and this is your x. The value of x is that and product is that. This thing cross and 13 remains same in all the line. So that is inside the codes. 13 into then a comma and a x. So it is going to print that 13 cross and the value of x, whatever is the x value in that cycle. Then again a comma, I want a equal to in the quotes, right? Right guys? Then again a comma and outside the quotes I want the value. The value is being stored in this, right? In the variable prod. Okay, so I chose a long variable to tell you that we can have long names for a variable also. Okay, capital, small, everything. Okay. Plus whatever the online compiler is allowing with underscore or no underscore, it depends on that. Anyways, if I write this, I should get the answer. Let me just try it out. So everybody can try it out. Okay, prod. Prod is equal to what? X into 13, right? And then we had print 13 cross comma x equal to comma. Okay, I'll put a comma, I'll put a space after this and a space before this so that it looks good. Okay. Prod. Putting a space outside over here is no use. That doesn't come, right? There's no use. I have to put a space over here so that it comes nicely, and that comes so nicely. Okay. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Had I put a comma over here, now what do you think will happen? I would have, they come in the same line like this, right? Right? It has gone somewhere, right? Get the point? So I hope you understood what's a loop and how it is producing. Shall I give you a little more tricky thing to do? Shall I? Okay. Okay, give me, if I have to find out, if I have to figure out what is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 till 100. Okay, what would be the answer? So I need a computer to do it. I'm not doing it manually. By the way, this very question, uh, one scientist, I'm forgetting his name, man. He got it as a punishment from a German. He was German teacher. Okay, because he was insulting, or the teacher felt insulted, and he was given a punishment. Like, you do this, go do this, add, get the answer, and come back. He got the answer in seconds. You know what he did? Yeah, he put the same thing. Yeah, he put it ulta. Yeah, he put it ulta, and he said that this sum and that sum is same. So add both the lines, twice the sum is 101 plus 101 plus 101. Yeah, how many times? 100 times. So S will be how much? This side is 100 into 101 by 2. So he came with the answer 50 into 101. He came with the answer in no time. Is that clear? 5050. Okay. But anyways, I'm using a computer to do it, and I'm not that smart. I'm not smart people are going to use the computers, and let us do it using the stuff which I've told you. Once you are done, share your programming on the WhatsApp, and don't share the answer. Is that clear? Click the photo with your phone such that you are sharing the programming also, and we'll see whether it is going to go right or wrong. In the class, what we do is we don't even allow you to write the program and check whether it is right or wrong. You should be knowing without executing whether it is going to be right or wrong. So we have a feeling that a loop of 1 to 100 will go. We'll have a next X. We'll have some coding over here and a printing most probably outside the loop. Ask me why, or tell me why. Why a print outside the loop? Why print outside the loop? Why? Because after doing all the calculation, one single print is required, right? If I print inside the loop, it keeps on printing in each step, right? Yeah, now somebody was asking a doubt. What was that? No, just the code, just the code, just the code. Yeah, just 5050. Okay. And don't write print 5050. Okay. You have to, the the comp has to calculate. Yeah. Okay. Write it. Yeah. Write. Send the code. I'll just record. Yeah. So when we do this, on the old value of A, the 3 gets added, and we get stored in the new value of A, and the old value is gone. Okay. Gone from the memory of the computer. So something like this we have to use. So I'll give you some hints. The sum will be, suppose sum will be stored in a variable called, I'll call it as sum so that it is clear. And initially the sum variable is 0. There is no sum to it. Okay. And slowly I want the computer to keep adding the values to it. Okay. Like keep adding 1 and then 2 and then 3 to the existing sum. Is that clear? Yeah. So what do you do? Guys, are you sending any answer? Shall I? Okay, let's see. What is that? Yeah, okay. Specify that s is equal to 0. Okay, in this software, maybe it is not required to specify. Okay. So it would be something like this. Guys, pay attention. Sum is equal to sum plus x. Now, what the hell is this doing? What is this step doing? Those who don't know the comp thing, they see very carefully what is happening. First line will read as computer will read the thing. Okay, this is called dry running. Okay, and in our days we didn't have a computer to run it. Okay, we used to run on the paper itself by applying our mind. Then if you get a chance to sit on the comp and type it in and check whether it is right or wrong, then lucky for us. Anyways, sum is equal to 0. So what computer knows that, okay, there's a variable sum. Shall I write it as s? Writing so many times sum would be a pain. Shall I write it as s, guys? Okay, thanks. Thanks. I chose sum. Now I'm changing it to s because of my laziness. Is that clear? Okay. So first the computer says, okay, s is 0, big deal. Then what does the computer say? Oh, I have entered a loop, and where x is equal to what? X is equal to 1. Okay. In the loop, in the first line of the loop, x is equal to 1. And then what does this line do? Existing value of s and x, it will add up, right? And assign to the new s, right? So what is the new s becoming in the, this is the first line of the loop. This is number 1 line of the loop, okay? Number 2 line, number 3 line, like that, many lines are there. So what will s become? S plus x, okay, I'll just write it over here. S was equal to s plus x, right? What is s? 0 already, and x is 1, right? So it will become how much? 0 plus 1. How much is that? 1. Have you understood this line? Everybody understood this? No, everybody, like everybody. S was 0, x was 1. It added 0 to 1 and stored the value in s. So for what joy? We'll go again. It doesn't break the loop. It comes back. It comes back because x is just 1. It comes back and x becomes how much in the next line? X becomes 2. Again it goes on to calculate this s because now it will come over here and do whatever the computer has been asked to do. So it will say s is equal to now the old value of s. How much is the old value of s? 1, right? Right? 1 plus the value of x. How much is the value of x? 2, right? So what does it become? It becomes 3. So basically it has done this process. 1 and 2 has been added now, right? Then it again goes down. X doesn't break the loop. Next line x becomes how much? X becomes 3. We have to do a fresh calculation of s now. Fresh calculation of s would be previous value of s, which was a 3, plus the new value of x, which is a 3, right? So this was the previous value of s is added with the new value of x, right? And how much it becomes? 6. So this is the s now, right? S is engulfing one variable at a time or not, right? It is eating it up or not, right? So in the next loop what will happen? X will be 4 and old value of s will be all these 3 things added, right? And these 3 things plus 4 will become the new value of s, right? Is that clear? And like this it keeps on going and till 100. Okay. So I'll take that out now, but before that I'll just punch it in and just create a little sense of what you say that yes, it is happening kind of thing. So S was equal to 0. Good practice to write it because maybe the language doesn't know that it was 0 initially. And then what are we doing over here? S is equal to S plus X. We are printing nothing. Are we? No, we are printing nothing. Okay. And then what we do is lastly we print the value, right? Print. Okay, we'll write a nice one. Sum is equal to, and then put a X. It will look good. Sorry, S. It'll look good, right? So we'll execute it. So it did its calculation and the answer was 1050, right? So like this we have created a what we can say it a formula or something. We have created a program which will do. So now we can add it till what? So much also, right? Till the online compiler can actually hold it. See, we are getting that value now. Get the point? A sum till 10, I guess everybody knows. How much is the sum till 10, people? Yeah, yeah. You looked and said or what? Okay, anyways. Got the point? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, now somebody was asking a doubt. Ask me that doubt. But what was it? Okay. So the point is this S is equal to S plus something becomes a very powerful mean of, and you'll see any programming guys are writing, if your dads are in programming and all, they'll be using this a lot. Okay. They use it so much that they have made a shortcut of writing the same thing. What is the shortcut of writing that thing? The shortcut of writing that thing, yeah, they use it so much that there is a shortcut for it, but I don't know that this software will take that shortcut or not. We don't have to bother about it. I'm just saying that it's a very, very common. It does work. Okay. Instead of this thing, no, it is x equal to or plus equal to like this. Okay. But no use. Anyways, we are just focusing on the concept and not shortcuts, not the syntax. Is this clear? What a for loop does and what that does? Okay, shall I start giving you the tricky ones where you might falter? Okay, let's do that. Okay, before doing that, can somebody just print this whole thing out like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus till 100 in one line was equal to, and next line the answer comes. Okay, will look cool. Can somebody do that? Can somebody speak out and I'll write that? You got the question that it should say that, okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Can somebody speak out and I'll write that? Yeah. Ayo? Yes, tell me. So we have to write something in the loop, right? Then only that 1 and 2 and 3 will come, right? Yeah, x, comma. Okay, I'll not put a space plus because as such we are going to get so many things, right? I'm just putting a plus. Okay. Yeah, okay. This will work, no? But I'll not put a comma, I'll put a semicolon. Okay, I'll put a semicolon. Yeah, I'll remove the sum. I'll put a semicolon. Why? Because you saw what happened with the comma. It was giving too much of space, right? In some other compiler, the comma will work. Okay, so can you see this? This is what is happening, right? And it is coming so much equal to, in the last a plus came, right? Can you see that? Yes. And it had to, right? So when we are actually writing, we'll take care of that. Like till 99, we'll say that if it is 19, if it is 100, there's a if else also. Okay, okay, I'll just tell you a if else also because it might be required. In fact, it is not required, so check it. Okay, so we can write some condition that if x is equal to 100, then are you understanding? Shall I write? If x is less than equal to 99, then print like this. I don't know it takes a then or not, and else the other thing, right? Is that clear? But if I put a semicolon in this, I don't know the syntax, whether it takes a brackets, curly bracket or do not. Anyways, I'll just not do it. You understood the point, right? We can write a if and say that if it is actually 100, then don't put the plus, okay? Otherwise, always put it like this. Is that clear? If I wanted this in the next line, like I said, what we should do? Not in the same line. What we should do? I'll put a bogus print over here, okay? It will just change the line. Is that clear? And I'll run it. What happened? It came in the next line. Got the point? Is that clear? Yeah, okay. So now I think we have known how to print, how to format our printing, and how the loop works. So shall I give you a decent question now? Shall I give you? Yeah, why not? Ayo. Yeah, nice one. But if I do that, what will happen? Tell me. If I do that, what will happen? I'll just remove it. I'm not executing. Just tell me orally what will happen. Not sure. No, tell me. Who is that? All the time we wanted the semicolon. What was the reason? After a plus, the next two should come. Look over here. Look over here where my cursor is. This two should come next to the plus, right? That was the reason. So all the time we wanted. Only for the last one we don't want. If you remove it for the whole loop, everything will be like this. 1 plus and then 2 plus and 3 plus. Did we like that? Uh, did we want this? No. Okay, so you have to think it all through. Okay, all over. Not like just for the last one what you're thinking. Okay. So many a times in the programming, the first one and the last one actually requires a special extra caution and some code to write. Like if x is 1, then do this. If x is 2, like suppose we started like this. Look over here. We started like this. This is also as bad as the previous one or as good as the previous one or not. What will happen with this? Yeah, it will end nicely. 100 plus is not coming, okay, but it will begin badly, right? Okay, but this doesn't look that bad, by the way, right? Right? 100 plus actually looked bad, right? Yeah, so always the first one and the last one may be a because it doesn't fit the whole pattern, right? Is that clear? So I hope you got that what these things are doing. If any doubt over there, you ask me. Yes, tell me what. Which command? This one? Yeah, there is extra plus. No, this one. Yeah, that was the thing. No, that was what was happening. No, after 100 we had a plus, right? Like this you are saying, right? Hmm? Yeah, there was extra plus. See that extra plus? Can you see that? Then I said, no, you'll have to write a if, no, if x is 100, for all the thing you do the same thing, but if x is 100, just print x, not that plus, right? No, 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 no. we can't. Okay, we'll have to write some extra code. Okay, either we start separately or the last 100 we do separately. Suppose we do it till 99. Is that clear? We do it till 99 and we do a extra manual addition later on. That also can be done, right? And we print properly over here, like print over here, we write it as X, okay, or we write it as, sorry, we write it as 100 or X outside the code because 100 is there. So 100 will be printed separately, right? But the sum is done till 99, right? Sum is done till 99 and 1 is missing, right? So we can put a extra 100 over here, right? We do that and what do we get? We get a nice one how we wanted. 1 say laker 100, no extra pluses. Can you see that, guys? No extra, no, this is the 100 printed, no double quotes. This is the 100 printed. What? Okay, that I guess in this compiler it will take 100 also, print 100. Yes, it will take. Okay, but we are just I will just rather emphasize that we are just putting the hard coded 100 over there. Okay, I'll put the string. Get the point? Okay. Now the thing is, it is doing the job, right? So it's a workaround, no? Something we'll have to do for the last one or the first one. I could have shown a similar workaround like one is added separately and on top, but I'm not like you can tell 10 other ways of what to do, but I'm not entertaining that. I'm not getting into that. You understood the program, right? Right? Is that clear? And this is what the program is doing, right? Okay. Okay. Now shall I give you a decent one? If you have doubt, you rather ask me, otherwise you'll be just stuck with it and waiting for other kids to write. So you rather ask me, okay? Ask me. If programming is new, then obviously it will look like, the others will feel like it's a cakewalk and you will struggle a bit. But this is the maximum syntax input and process input. I'm telling you that nothing more than this is required. But using it in a certain way such that to produce the results is what is required. Okay. Like I'll give you a slightly tricky one, and if you are able to do that, then a more tricky one, and then I'll come back to calculus and we'll do what we wanted to do. Got the deal? Is it clear? Yeah, your homework would be Pascal's triangle you print it, or Fibonacci series you create that and print it. Okay. I'm not getting into that because my purpose is not that. I hope you understood the logic of this. Last time what we did is around Diwali time we were doing this, and then we coded the Arduino board to give fancy lighting. Okay, your custom kind of fancy lighting. So some people actually created very cool lighting, man. Very cool lighting. This will light up, then that will light up. So many LEDs were there. So you can use this kind of programming to do whatever you want. Okay, with a actual board which can digest the program and produce the outputs like that, which is a Arduino board. Okay. Now let me just get on to the question. The question is just to see whether you understand loops or not. And for my calculus stuff, this is enough. What I've taught you is enough to do what I wanted, but I'll just like to work a bit on your logic now. So your work is, anybody any doubt? Any doubt? I'll give you an easy work first. Produce a A. Is this clear? I want this pattern to be produced, or a star. I'm not writing star because it is difficult for me to make the star. Okay. 5 lines. Can you see these 5 lines? 5, 6, 7, whatever you do. 5 lines is good enough for me. Okay. Is the question understood, guys? This should be the output. This should be the output. Nobody will run it honestly. Don't run it and have the courage to show that I think this is going to produce. Okay, some honesty will also be tested. You falter, doesn't matter at all. This is the question. You produce this pattern. Is this clear? Or this pattern? What, whatever character you want to take, you can take it. Till at least 5 lines. Okay, and since you have a comp in front of you, you can produce any number of lines you want. So the first line 1A, next line 2A's, next line third line 3A, fourth line 4A's. So a single loop like this is not going to help me. For say line number, I will call it as I. I is equal to, how many lines are there? 1, 2, 5, right? 5 lines are there. Well and good. But in this, if I write any kind of print, just tell me a kind of print which is going to help me, somebody. No kind of print is going to help me. Why? Because if I write a single A, if I write single A, 5 times single A will come, right? If I write 2 A's in this, then what is going to happen? If I write 2 A's, then 5 times 2 A's is going to come, right? So when I was 1, it should be 1 time printing. When I is 2, it should be 2 time printing. How to get that? We have to have another loop. Okay. You should know that going down is a loop. You should identify or understand that going down is a loop. Going this way is also a loop or not? Is that clear? Like I could have, it's a computer and one of the lines can be having A 1,000 times A, right? So am I sitting and writing 1,000 times A? No, I'm not, right? There must be some loop doing it, which is going right ways also, and a loop which is going downwards also, right? Right? So first in your head it should come that you have another loop. Now that loop is inside a loop and all, and why, I'll just write the program so that I can explain that way, because again I want to get over it very fast. J is equal to something something something. Okay, so let me write 1 2 something something, and let me tell you one thing, that print star, some errors I'm leaving in the program, but I'll promise that I'm not going to change anything what I've written. Is that clear? Whatever is written is right. Some things have to be added for sure, and it will become a correct program. You see there are 2 loops, so it is better to identify the next is for which one, right? The compiler may take it automatically also. I don't know about the compiler. Okay. So this kind of program is going to run it, is going to give me the answer, but obviously right now it is in a rubbish shape and is not going to give me the answer. Is that clear? Now somebody who doesn't know computers, can you tell me what it is? 1 2 what? 1 2 3, 1 2 4, what will it be? The fourth line. Mind you, I is, mute yourself, whoever is that. I is like 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. I is going from 1 to 5. I'm not changing anything, I've already told you. I is that, so it represents the line number. The printing is happening under a J loop. Is that clear? The printing is happening under a J loop, and to show you how it works, let me first give you a simple for I is equal to 1, 2, 3, a simple one. For j is equal to say 1 to what 2, print I is equal to I, so that I know what is the value inside the thing. And then comma some space j is equal to j next j next I. Can somebody tell me what is the output for this? Can anybody tell me what will be the output for this? Yeah. Yes. Can you just read the program for me? That's called the dry running. What? You're reading the thing again. No, no, I said dry run. Somebody tell me how to, what will be the output? Yeah, okay, what's the output? Okay, that's right. Okay, so what happens is, let us see what the computer reads. It first says that, okay, I is equal to 1. What becomes the value of I? 1. Okay, and then where does the computer go? I is 1, it goes over there, right? Hmm? And then it goes into this loop, right? This loop or not? Hmm? Where I was 1 and it enters the loop where j is how much? First it says, okay, j is 1. So it says, okay, j is 1. And j becomes 1. It runs this line. So when it is running this line, it will print I equal to 1, j equal to 1. Goes to the next j. It never comes to the next I. It never comes to this. Goes to the next j and bumps back or not, right? So what happens? J increments, but I remains the same or not? So when it again comes to this, what has happened? J has become a 2, but I is still 1 or not? Unless until this loop gets completed, it is not going to go over here, will it? No. First it will complete this loop, like J1, J2, it's a very small loop, so it completes in no go. So J1 and J2, it completes the loop and then comes to this I. So I now, it was 1 way long back history. Now I becomes how much? 2. I becomes 2 and goes over there. Get the point? So when I was 1, j became 1 and then j became 2 also. After that it went back and I became 2. And what does now it reads this line again afresh or not? It reads this again afresh, right? J again becomes 1 and j again does its cycle of 1 and 2 where I remains 2. And then when the j cycle is over, again this goes up because I is still not reached 3. Again when I becomes 3, again comes to this loop. Again comes to this loop and runs the loop of j as 1 and 2, right? So what is it going to be output? I1 J1, I1 J2, then I2 J1, I2 J2, and then I3J1, I3J3, right? So we'll just run and show you. I'm running this, and as expected it is doing the work or not. I1, J had its own cycle while I remain 1. J did its cycle of 1, 2. Then I remain 2. J did its cycle of 1, 2. Right? I can just increase this to make the effect more dramatic. Say 5. And execute. So what will happen? With I1, 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 J will have its cycle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Guys, can you see that? Then with I2, 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 J will again restart its cycle from 1 to 5, right? Is that clear? Yeah. So we are going to exploit this kind of situation in putting the star. Is that clear? This is called a nested loop. I can have a nested, inner nested, inner nested. I can have one more inside this, but I'm not doing that. Okay, no use. I mean, I may after this question, I don't know. Now let me just go back. So that was a nested loop. I'm just rubbing that off. So I said that this is the format and I'm going to produce the answer with this format itself. But the answer is not like I1, J1, this and that. I'm going to produce the pattern. So can somebody tell me what am I doing? So in my head I have to say when I was 1, I want the J loop which is printing the star to run only once, right? Because I have one star or not. When, one second. Just don't speak if not asked. When I is 2, I want the J loop to run how many times? 2 times, so that 2 stars are printed. When I is 3, then I want the J loop to run how many times? 3 times. Get the point? So the point is I can't put a hard coded number over here. If I put a hard coded number over here, you will see what will happen. So let me just put a hard coded number over there. It is almost the same thing. 5. And suppose I put a number over there. Suppose 3, I put a 3 over there. Only answer this and not other errors. Okay, there are a lot of errors in the program. I'm not asking you the other errors. If I put a 3, what is going to happen as output? What will happen as output? Tell me. It will be, in each loop, it will be printing 3 times or not the asterisk, right? So in the first loop, J has to be going till 1. Okay, when I is 1, J has to go from where to where? J has to go from 1 to 1. When I is 2, J has to go from where to where? 1 to 2. When I is 3, J has to go how many times? 3 times, right? 1, 2, 3. And when I is equal to 4, J has to go 4 times, right? 1, 2, 4. So what this 2 should be over here? 1 to how much? 1 to I itself or not, right?
Yes, sir.
So this has become a variable. How many times the loop will work? Okay, still an error in this because I'll just write that and I'll show you. Can you tell me what's the error now? Somebody who doesn't know, like this is totally full of error. See, it just gives stars like that. 15 stars it has given. Just stars like that. I've written so much, but it is just running as if I was 1 to 15. Okay. So what's the thing if I have to print 3 i's together? What is the error? One beside the other it has to come, right? One beside the other, right? Yeah. So if I write a comma over there, still I'll get an error, but I'll write the comma over there. Oh, semicolon it takes, no? This one. And everything comes in one single line, right? Yeah, who is that lady saying something? Because it was doing everything, but you did not separate it. I'll tell you how it does, how this one works. How this one is working, I'll just tell you. For I is equal to 1, 2, what did I write? 3 or 5? What did I write? 5. Huh? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. 5.
For j is equal to 1, 2, 3, print, I'll write just A over here. Okay, putting asterisks with this is a little difficult. A, and then next j and next I. What the issue is, okay, the computer says, okay, I is 1. Then it gets into this. It says, okay, I'm running a loop of j. I'm running a loop of j which is going from 1 to how many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Print A one beside the other. So it prints A. This is the output screen over here. Suppose it prints A. This is this A. J running 3 times. Get the point? In the last go also there is a semicolon, right? It is not like the semicolon is not there. Then it comes back and I becomes 2. J again goes from 1 to 3. J again goes from 1 to 3 when I becomes 2. And it restarts its printing from here. Now the computer works so fast that we are not seeing that it printed A, then stopped a bit and then printed 3 more A's and stopped a bit and then printed 3 more A's. But it is printing 3 A's, 3 A's, 3 A's. So you want to change a line over here or not? Where is that coming? That is coming over here or not?
Yes, sir.
3A is getting printed. So somewhere over here you have to say break a line, right? Change your line. So you'll put a dummy print or not over here? Dummy print. So that it just breaks that semicolon thing, right? So therefore I told you whatever I did earlier is all required for this program. I showed you a dummy print also earlier. Okay. So if I put a dummy print over there, what is happening is, you see that? Because internally it was doing this. This 5 lines represents I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In each line, J is running from 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. But I don't want it to run to 1 to 3. I want to run it to 1 to 1 for the first one, 1 to 2 for the next one, 1 to 3 for the next one, 1 to 4 for the next one. So this is a variable, right? So I identified that here is a variable, right? So I have to put a 1 to I, right? Then only it is going to run, and that's it, job done. Okay, I run it. I hope I get the answer. I get the answer. Any doubt? Because the next one is going to be quite tricky. Any doubt over here?
No, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, cool. Shall I give you the next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you a simple one first so that you understand what is happening. Okay. So that you know how to control variables and all, and then I'll give you something else. Okay. Any doubt in this? You ask me right now. People, any doubt what happened? So what was missing was a semicolon over here and a dummy print over there. Is that clear? Is that clear? Next program will also have the same format. So I'm just going to rub it off. You have to control your variables correctly. Almost same format. Maybe 1 or 2 more rubbing, or maybe no rubbing in this. Okay, let me give a very cheap one so that you get a hold of what is happening. Very cheap one. Star, 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 star. Three of them, right? Then what do you guess? How many of them? 5 of them. Then?
Sir, can I say the answer?
No. Who is that? Give me, type it out and give me in WhatsApp private. Okay.
Sir, till how much? How many lines?
5 lines. Okay, I think 5 is enough so that we see the pattern.
Include the program.
What?
So can you include the program in this that we sent?
Yeah, yeah, just the program. Don't have to send the other output. Okay. I mean, if your output is coming right, then only you send your program. Okay, you can run your program now. So again, you ask the same basic questions. When I'll say again, have the variable I is equal to 1 to 5. I'm giving you it out. I'm revealing it. Okay. What am I revealing? I is equal to 1 to 5. Is that clear? When I is 1, this j is the number of times the thing gets printed. So j is 1 to how much for the first one? When I is 2, then j is 1 to how much for the next one? When j is 3, I is 1 to how much for the next one? And you see that this green stuff is varying. So in a single go, what should you write over here such that it controls the variable? Okay. Don't use steps and all. Okay. I want you to have, this is because of a certain sequence and series things what we do in class 11. I'm telling you, we can do it. A computer program can be done in many ways, but I'm asking you to control the variable over here. Is the question understood? Control the variable over here because that is going to tell you how many J's are going to get printed. Okay. How many J's are going to get printed? Inside J is the star. So how many stars are going to get printed? Is particularly what is J? Is that clear? Yeah, if I see it on the screen, my mobile is not over here. If I see it on the screen, you will see it. Shall I see it on the screen? This is who is this? Anuja Shinoy. Sanchita. You have sent the new one or the old one? That's the old one. No, 1 and then 3 printing and then 5 printing. That one.
Yes, sir. That one I sent.
Oh, but it looks like, yeah, it is that one. Yeah, okay. So I'm not looking at your program right now because everybody will see it. My whole screen is getting shared, right?
Sir, should I send the output only?
Sanchita, I told you, no steps and all. I want to control and for a particular reason. So don't do it by steps. So redo it. Redo it. Yeah.
Sir, do I send with program or only the output? Like I didn't use that.
Yeah, okay. You send anything. I'm okay with that. Send both if you wish. Mm,
Sir, I sent it.
I is equal to I plus 1. What? Send me on private. But anyways, my whole screen is getting shared, no? No use. No use. My whole screen is getting shared. No steps and all, guys. I don't want any steps. Yeah. Who is this? 888 4 777 and 64? Huh? Yeah, Aditya, nice work, man. Okay, now,
Sir, did you get mine?
yeah, yeah, I got yours. I wanted you to control this variable. You're not listening to the question. But anyways, you can do it anyway. Ultimately, the answer is
You just had sent the my answer.
okay. Now, people, those who have not sent the answer, just tell me when I is say 4, that time j is running how many times? This is I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. J is running how many times? How many times? Yes, guys? 7 times or not? Okay, so when I is 4, j is 1, 2, 7. When I is 3, how much it is? 5. When I is 2, how much it is? 3. When I is 1, it is 1, right? When I is 5, how much it is? So the j is varying like this thing is it has to be either 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 9, right? Depending on the I. So what is the connection? What is the connection between 2 and a 3? And the same connection between 3 and 5. And the same connection between 4 and 7. What is it? What shall I write over here? You speak your name. I'll give you permission. Then you speak.
Sir, this Arya, can I answer?
So this is dependent on I or not. So everybody tell me what should be over here. What should be over here? This is something which is dependent on I, right? And it is not I for sure. For the first line it is I, 1 and 1. But the next line is 2, but this is 3. Next line it is 3, but that is 5, right? So sequence like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. The third number has to be 5. The fourth number has to be 7. So what should be over here? Somebody? Who are you? No, somebody else. Somebody tell me what should be over here. No, no Arushi. No Arushi. Somebody else. It has to do to be very fancy. It has to be a function of I. It has to do something with I. The line number controls what is over there. This is the I value. And this is the function of I. But what has to be written such that it is producing the right values. For 3 it is producing a 5. For 2 it is. Who are you? Arya. Just hold on, Arya. 1 second. I might ask you. Let me see others what they are saying.
Sir, this is Shreya. Can I join?
Shreya, hold on. Anybody else? Who are you?
Sir, Vinay.
Who are you?
Sir, this is Yash. May I answer?
No, Yash, hold on. Anway. Yeah, tell me, Anway. Okay, he says J should be 1, 2, 2i minus 1. Let us just try it for a random one, 4. When I is 4, when I is equal to 4, 2i minus 1 is how much? 7. Bingo, it is matching, right? It is matching. For sure it is matching, right? Okay. So is it matching for all of them? Yes, it is. It is double minus 1, right? It is double minus 1. So that's it. That's absolutely right. 2 times. So in a computer way, I have to write 2 star I minus 1. Absolutely right. What are the errors in this program? What are the errors? I put a semicolon over here. I put a dummy print over there. I hope you know why, right? All this prints one beside the other, and this is to change the line before you get to the next line, right? Yeah.
We can also put after the next J and print, dummy print. We can also put I is equal to I plus 1. Then also the same thing happens.
If you put a I is equal to I plus 1, then what is happening is the for loop itself, instead of 1 to 5, I'll just show you. Okay, first let me just write this. 2 star I minus 1. Will it do the job? Let me just execute. It does the job. Can you see, guys? Let me have it for many lines since we are on a comp. You can see it, guys, right? 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, and whatnot. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, this guy, who is that? He said he will just put a I over here. Okay, not a bad deal. First line will come right, 1 to 1. And then he said he will write a I is equal to I plus 1. Doesn't matter. Dummy print before, after, okay. If you think it matters, I'll just put it after the dummy print. You think it matters or what? No, but then, okay, I'll put it. I mean, this is just a calculation line, no? You do it with the before printing or after printing. What do you think will be the error in this? Let me just have a dry run and not actually produce. So we'll have a good practice of dry running a program. Okay, so what did he write? He wrote this. For I is equal to 1 to 5. For j is equal to 1 to I, like he has done a very clever job that he's not bending this and it's a simple I only. Okay, but he's somehow going to produce the result of 1 to how much? 1 to 1, 1 to 3, 1 to what? 5, right? 1 to 7. This result is going to produce. So he has done a very smart job, I might say. Now you can't speak. Okay, now you can't speak. Okay, let others catch the error of j. First loop is running for sure correctly. I is 1, 1 to 1, and it produces 1 star, right? Right? Then what it does is he says that I is equal to I plus 1. Right? Right? And then a dummy print to change the line and next I. Now I am just asking, what will this produce? It's a program which is going to run. Who can tell me what it will produce? And mind you, don't go to the comp and type it out, okay? Please don't do that. Be honest over here. What is it going to produce? And for starters, I'll just write initially your I was how much? I was 1. And the first loop is running j is equal to 1 to 1. It gets into this. I is 1. And it produces a single star, right? After that, how much does I become?
2.
I become 1 plus 1, 2. Absolutely right. I becomes 2. Right? And then what happens? Then it does a next. Next does what? Next increments the I by 1, right? So I now becomes 3. Here it became 2. Here it became 3, right? Right? Here or there, wherever you say it, okay? Wherever it goes and increments. And j became 1, 2, 3. So j became 1, 2, 3. So j is equal to 1, 2, 3. And it produces 3 stars, right? Because I became 3 or not? I became a 2 over here and a 3 over here. It increased 1 extra by his own side because this was increasing only by 1 and you wanted an increase by 2. You wanted an increase by 2. So he planted his own increase, a smart thing to do. But where is the error then? And it will produce 3 stars. Where is the error then? Yeah, Aditya.
So maybe it's like, so even though we are entering from 1 to 5, it's going to print only 3 lines instead of 5.
Yeah, it is not going to go for 5 lines. Why? Because you are increasing it extra over here, right? Like suppose it was 1, 2, 3, it will not produce 3 lines. It is straight away become 3 and the next one it will not go in, right? Get the point? Who gave the program? You understood? Now let me just run it. Let me just, yeah, you see that it produces only 3 lines, right? So it was a good logic, but then we'll have to put some random extra value over here to give me a good number of lines what we wanted to produce, 5 lines. Okay, are you getting the point? So this is a very bad way of output is same. Nobody can say that the output is wrong, but it is a bad way of doing it. Why? Because it is not a very smooth or easy to identify logic. Get the point?
So then this thing is the same thing as for I is equal to 1 to 9 step 2, right?
Yeah, yeah. It is same as step 2. So somebody might have written this 1 to, yeah, 1 to say 10. Step, I said no, don't do by step. That was the reason. And then you don't have to write this. And then I execute. I get the same result. You're not able to see the results. I'll just change this value to say 15, 16, and you see. Okay, it gives the same result. Why? Now this is a simple I over here, but you have complicated the I over there. Okay. J is equal to 1 to I, but the I is like steps 2. Step 2 means I was 1, then 3, then 5. So this is a simple logic, no doubt. But I wanted you to have this as the number of lines itself, this guy as number of lines itself, and do all your jiggery piggery over here. There is a reason to it, and let me just have one of the reasons shared over here. Everybody, can you tell me what is say 2, 5? This is the first term, second term. What is the next term? What is the next term? Okay. So if I say that this term is called T1, this is T2, this is T3, this is T4. Nth term will be what? Tn will be what? Means what is the relation between this 1 and 2, 1 and 5, 3 and 8, 4 and 11 has to be the relation between n and that term. So in terms of n, it will be a function of n. Fastest finger first, cheap chocolate. Tell me what will be the answer. First wrong answer will give the chocolate. Okay. First wrong answer will give the chocolate. Fastest finger, tell me a name. Don't say name. Who said first? Shaurya? Okay, Shaurya, tell me. Yeah, Shaurya?
I don't think there's no Shaurya. I think Arya said it.
Arya. Okay, Arya, tell me. No. We don't know I mean, based on a direct relation between n, a function of n, not a tn minus 1. Okay, I'll not ask a chocolate from you. Okay.
So just can I answer?
Yeah, Shriniket, fastest finger.
So is it n into 2 minus 1?
Okay, you will give the chocolate. You will give the chocolate to whoever answers, and I'll make sure that you do give. Okay, when you come. 2n minus 1. You did not even take care of just trying out few terms. Did it work for this? 3 into 2 minus 1, is it 8? 3 into 4, sorry. 4 into 2 minus 1, is it 11? No, Shriniket, 4 into 2 minus 1, is it right? Okay, Abhishek, tell me what?
Sir, Abhinav, sir.
Abhinav, tell me.
So it's 3n minus 1.
3n minus 1, absolutely right. 3 into 3 minus 1 is 8, 3 into 4 minus 1 is 11, 3 into 2 minus 1 is 5, so it is working for all. So the term over here must be 3n minus 1. This is how we identify. I'll give you a very simple way of identifying. The jump is how much? How much is the jump? So no matter what, 3n will be the thing, okay? No matter what. And then if 3n is not directly matching, you will adjust with a plus or minus something to match it, no matter what. The jump times n will be the thing, and then you can have a plus or minus a constant to adjust it as you wish. Is that clear? Shall I give you a quick fire another one?
Sir, I got one more function on this.
Yeah, okay, tell me.
Sir, 2n plus n minus 1.
What?
That is 3n
By God, I'll give you a kick in the butt, man. Yeah, tell me 2n plus n.
minus 1. N minus 1.
Yeah, nowadays,
Minus 1 in brackets.
ayyo appa, 3 plus 2 minus 1. Like, how does it help me, man? In brackets. Can't I open the bracket? 2
Sir,
plus n minus 1. What is this? For God's sakes. What is this?
sir, n is the number of the base. 3n.
No, no. Like the person who's saying, what is this, man? If I say 2x plus x, what is that? I know the pattern you formed in your head was something like this, good for you, but ultimately you calculate it becomes this, no? What you are saying is again 3n minus 1 only, okay? And I can appreciate the pattern what you did in your head to get that as the thing, okay? But ultimately it is that. So I'll give you a simple way of doing. Whatever is the jump times n will come. So shall I give you a quick fire one? Quick fire, 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 quick fire. 90, 80, what? Give me something, give me something, give me something. 80 what? 84, okay, 84. Give me the next one. Is it okay? Okay. So give me what will be the nth term. Give me what will be the nth term. This is a first term, second term, third term. First wrong answer is going to give me the chocolate. And Sriniket, you are going to give me the chocolate, right? Right, Sriniket? Yeah, thanks, man. Aditya, okay. Aditya, first wrong answer is going to go down the drain. Yeah, tell me.
So it's going to be 90 minus 6 into n minus 1.
Okay, he says 90 minus.
6 times brackets n minus 1.
Oh, please, Aditya, calculate and tell me, no? Please calculate this. How much is this?
Sir, this is Abhinav can answer.
This is the calculation, no? This is your calculation, right?
Oh yes, sir.
You'll open the bracket and tell me the final thing. No, why all this? Yeah, somebody else. So let me see. Let me see whether he's right or wrong. When you put n as 1, when I put n is equal to 1, what do I get? Is 96 minus 6n. How much do I get? I'll get a 90 or not?
Yes, sir.
So that's good. I'll get a 90. When n is 2, what do I get?
84.
84. Looks all good. If it is good for 2, it will be good for all. When n is equal to 3, what is it?
78.
So bingo, he got it. So Sriniket, your chocolate goes to, who was that? Arya?
No, Aditya.
Aditya. Aditya, remember you have to get a chocolate from Sriniket, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the point is the jump is how much? Minus 6, right? So blindly you will write minus 6n. And then you will check, is the minus 6n satisfying 90? Obviously not. If I put as n is equal to 1, I'll get a minus 6, right? But to get a 90, I should have a plus 96 to it, right?
Yes, sir.
So when I do a minus 6n, a plus 96, I've just adjusted for the first term. It will get all right for all of them. Easy peasy. Okay, in 11th they struggle with this. And I mean, to be fair, they don't struggle actually, but still, okay. Get the point? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I wanted you to see the pattern of the sequence, and hence I wanted you to write the correct thing in 1, 2, what? Okay, over there, get it right. And the number of lines will go from 1 to how much ever line is. Don't adjust the number of lines because the term number is never changed. Term number 1, term number 2, term number 3. I don't call it as term number 1 and then 3 and then 5. I don't call it as term number 5. I don't call it as 1, 3, 5 like that. Is that clear? Okay, that was the reason of telling you over there not to change it. Now, shall I give you slightly tricky one? Oh, I'm done with the time. Okay, last one, and then we are gone. Okay. Chocolate who does it fast, and not for the ones who know computer. So please, not for the ones who know computer. Okay. Uh, how much is that? How many? How many? 9.
Yes, sir. 9.
Okay, I has to go from 1 to 5. How many lines are there? It is 1 to 5 only. Don't want to mess up with the I, and the reason is I have already told you. Okay, do this, and the actual one is this one. Produce this pattern. I hope you will be able to do this one. Question number 2. This is question number 1. Okay, and both of them has to have. If you are not having this, then I'm not even taking your answer. For I is the number of lines. 1, 2, 5. Both of them for I is equal to 1, 2, 5. Yeah, who is that?
Sir, this is Shreyas, sir.
Shreyas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know computers? Pro-
That well, sir.
Okay. Send me on WhatsApp.
Yes, sir. I'll copy paste the code.
Both you have done, both.
Yes,
Bo-
sir.
both you have done.
No, I did the first one, sir.
No, both. Do both. I'm giving you a filling the blanks type of question now, so that you don't do your own stuff, because there is very high flexibility over here and you can do your own stuff if you wish. Dummy print. Everybody agrees that the first one can be written in this format? And J has to go from, I mean, in a random line, like I was 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. This is your I. I has to control the number of j's, so this should be a function of I, and what it should be is the question, right? Right? I mean first one. If you send me the second one, no, I'll know that you have done the first one for sure. If nobody has done the second one, I'll just modify it so it looks even better. Don't mind the change in color. It's like this, like a triangle. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And once you have done the number 2 question, number 3 question will be, okay, how many got number 2? How many got number 2? I'll give you a hint for number 2. You have to actually print the blanks. So for computer, the logic is same as if the question was, I'll put some B's over here. Like you actually have to print the B's, and obviously the B's are spaces, so it will look like that. I'm just telling you because time is over. I would have never told you. So this is what you have to do actually. Are you understanding? Printing so many B's and a X. Printing so many B's and 2 X's. 2 B's, 3 X's. 1 B and 4 X's. Like that. If you do that, then only it is going to come. Is that clear? Did you get this one, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
It is like when I is 1, J has to be how many? 9, right? J has to go till 9, right?
Yes, sir.
9 printing, then 7 printings, then 5, then 3, then 1. I is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can do with a step of -2, this and that, I know that. But controlling with I, what will it be? It's a jump of -2, right?
11 minus 2.
So it's a jump of -2, right? Yeah, so if it is a jump of -2, it has to be -2 times I and then an adjustment, right? So what's the adjustment to get the first one right? Or the fifth one right? Anyone? It is a plus 11, right? You adjust for anyone, it will get adjusted for everything.
Sir, I sent you both.
So, oh, who is that?
Sir, Shreya.
Who is this chocolate winner? Okay, Shreya. 11 minus 2i is the first one. Now, Shreya, let me somehow see your answer without others seeing it. Am I recording or what? Oh, I did not record the last 3 parts. I did not record. So what I was saying is this is homework number 3, homework number 4, Homework number 5, there are 9, then 7, and then 5. And then once you are done with the for loop, we'll be doing area under the curve. And we'll do it the human way and the computer way and show that human is better than computers in the precision. Yeah, that's it. If you have any doubt, you ask me. Otherwise, be gone. Bye bye. या मैं तो ऑन स्क्रीन ऐसे ही रिकॉर्ड कर लेता हूँ. मुझे क्या जरूरत है यार. तेरा एक रिकॉर्डिंग था यहाँ पे, इसको क्या करना है? हाँ